Welcome, I'm E.H. Howard, and this is a few minutes with me, E.H. Howard. I hope you're having a good day, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me. I appreciate that. I wanted to talk a little bit today about this topic, and it's funny because I've seen more and more of it on social media that's kind of been agreeing with me, and I've been saying this forever, so I think it's time to reiterate it. The customer is not always right. They are not. It rarely is the customer right. And I know Carol and Chad and Ted and Brandon are going to come at me, but feel free. You're not right. You think you're right, but you're not right. All right. And let's step back for a second. Before I get into the whole thing here, let me just step back for a second and reiterate things. There was a point in time where the customer was right. There was. We're talking about the good old days of the mythic Main Street that people seem to think exists, but didn't exist. But the ideas of it somewhat still exist and existed. And that was the fact that your business was centered in town, all right? Every small business owner had some sort of brick and mortar place on Main Street or in some way downtown, whatever that was. Your consumers, your customers, your clients were people that you saw at church, you saw at shopping, you had barbecues with, your kids went to school with each other. You knew them and they knew you, all right? And the idea of the customer's always right came from that, all right? And by that I mean, if I'm going to church with somebody, or if I'm going to sending my kids to school with them, and we're on the PTA together, and we're on a lot of clubs and groups, and we belong to the same groups and charities, and we travel in the same circles, I'm not going to be as angry and salty with you if things get screwed up or things don't work right, or I think that they should be working in a different way as the consumer. And conversely, businesses sort of went out of their way because there was no other game in town. If you got mad at the shoe store, there was maybe one, maybe two stores. Okay, the town that I grew up in, the small town that I grew up in, you were pretty much it. All right, there was one news store, the news and bookstore. There was one shoe store. There was one kids clothing store. So there was this unwritten rule that you were both going to respect and appreciate each other because you were friends, you were family, you knew each other really well. So if Mary came into your store and she was upset about something that happened, it wasn't that you wanted to fix the relationship. Part of it was, I should say, you wanted to fix the relationship because it was a consumer that you valued and appreciated. You wanted to fix the relationship because it was Mary, and you really like Mary, and you didn't want Mary to have something that was an inferior product. You didn't want to have Mary have something that wasn't exactly what she wanted. And Mary respected that. Mary respected that you were doing the best that you could. You were trying to meet her needs and help her out, all right? Those days have long gone, all right? I don't know. I'm trying to think about how we got to this place where people can walk into a store, engage with a business, whatever. And there's no reason for me to pull my punches. If you don't like what I'm saying, then this probably isn't the channel for you anyway. Why you gotta go into a store and be such an asshole? Why do you have to be such a pain in the ass? You get back what you give. And so I personally I think if people in waiting, in table service, in retail, in anything that is customer facing, you should have the permission to be able to say, if someone comes up to you and is incredibly rude, and I have seen and experienced some of the rudest people in the last 2-3 years, people who are looking down on anyone that's customer service, like they're less than them, that they're lower than them, that somehow that they are like the maid or the butler. And I think that if you are treated that way, if you are treated less than a second class citizen, if they are yelling and screaming at you about the stupidest stuff, you should have the right to be like, I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like it. You don't need to talk to people that way. There's the door. I was in a store the other day and this woman went ballistic because, for whatever reason, I don't remember what it was. I think that they didn't have what she needed, but she thought they sold it and they didn't. And she was screaming and yelling at this person, using all kinds of foul language and screaming, "You just lost a sale." It was a billion-dollar corporation. There were lines out the 10 people thick in the checkout line. I really don't think that that has the weight that you think it does, Carol. I don't really think threatening that you're going to lose a sale. Now, conversely, back in the old days of Main Street, if Mary came in and threatened, you've lost a sale, that had some weight to it. That had some power because you had a small pool of consumers. You were a small home and solopreneur business, all right? Going into a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar corporation and acting like that, acting like a child, that's not going to get you anywhere. They don't care. They don't care. The problem here is that people want convenience, ease, and affordable prices because they have been brainwashed by big box retail that these are the things of high value, but they also want the old school customer service. They want to be treated like they are golden, like they are the only people that exist in the world. Well, if you're shopping at a big box retailer, that's never going to happen. If you are shopping at a business that has multiple locations, that is not going to happen. We have people that are looking for an experience that they are never going to find at a big box retailer, but yet they don't like the experience that the small business is going to have because they don't have the affordability, they don't have the selection, they don't have the convenience. They can't order it online and drive up to the curb and pick it up. They can't. You need to make a choice. You need to make a compromise which one you want, and you need to accept that both of these have limitations, all right? You need to stop being salty. You need to take the salt off of those things before you start talking to people, and you need to be a decent human being. Because I have also seen the opposite, where people get more than they have ever asked for because they are nice, they are polite, they say please, they say thank you, they say appreciate it. One of the things I heard the other day was somebody was leaving a store and the store person or the associate said, "Have a great day," and the person responded back, "You have an even better one." What a great guy. What an awesome person. We need more like that, all right? Small and home and solopreneur businesses think that they are in a position where they can't tell the customer to fuck off, all right? If I lose a sale, I lose a sale. And the problem is, as small home and solopreneur businesses, we are still trapped in classic Main Street thinking that if I lose a sale, one bad review can break me, et cetera, et cetera. Let me put it to you this way. Is it worth having someone who is ignorant, rude, abusive, who wants everything at a major discount as fast as they can get it? What are you getting out of that? What are you getting? You are not getting anything. You are getting abused. You're losing money. You're losing time. You're losing everything so that some person who's acting like an asshole gets what they want in hopes that they'll come back and buy more? That they'll come back again? Do you really want that person in your business? Hell no. We think that because we are trained in this idea that every sale, every consumer is the only consumer that we're going to have. You have plenty of people in your pool that you can work. There are plenty of people who are ideal and right for your business that you can bring in that won't be an asshole. They will appreciate you. They will value you. They will understand you. They will bring back the ideas of Main Street. They will help you feel those things because you want to feel valued and appreciated. They want to feel valued and appreciated. They want to feel like they are understood and listened to, and you want to feel like you are understood and listened to. It is a marriage made in heaven. So this idea that the customer's all right, and if we lose a sale, we're going to go out of business is completely wrong. Completely wrong. And we need to change that. All right? So I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know what I want to say. I don't know if it's like, let's start a movement of, fuck the customer. We need customers. I need clients and consumers. But I think I want to, leave you with anything in this rambling rant, is that the customer is not right. The customer is rarely right. I'm not saying that the businesses are always 100% right either. It is one of the core beliefs in my life is it takes two people to make a problem, right? So therefore it takes two people to solve it. So we need to understand what parts we're playing in it. And we are, as consumers, more than we are business owners, right? We are constantly out shopping more than we are running our business. We are as big as consumers as we are business owners. So I think we need to get back to this idea of being valued and appreciated. And if someone is not valuing what we're doing and appreciating the value that we bring into their life, then they shouldn't be a client of ours. And I think as consumers, we need to speak up. When we see people, especially in public, if we're in a brick and mortar, it's a little harder when it's like a home business to see things. But again, there are people on social media that are constantly being, assholes. Sorry about my salty French language. I'm actually kind of tame today. I'm usually a lot longer compound words. I got words. If we see somebody treating a person, because we are consumers and business owners, if we see someone treating a service person in a way that is less than human, less than professional, we need to speak up because they can't speak up. In a lot of cases, when you're in a big box retailer, you can't speak up because then you're out. Big box retail values every dollar, not every employee. All right. I should say most. So we need to be, we need to be the Lorax. We need to speak for the employees. We need to speak up and say, you don't talk to people like that. That's because the consumer speaking up to the other consumer probably will shut the situation down. And when I've told people that, I've seen people grab things out of people's hands and be like, you could say thank you. Call them out on it. Then maybe we can start to change how customers are treating people. And I'm not saying it's everybody. The problem is, in a lot of things that we're struggling with right now, it is a few bad apples that are poisoning the entire tree. All right. I have also been out and seen really great consumers, really great customers who really appreciate what people are doing for them. I have a number of clients that are amazing. They are people that I love to talk to. I love to spend time with. We end up, when they call, spending more time talking about what's going on in each other's lives, and then a quick side thing of business. And that's what everybody's looking for. We want to get back to those days where we feel like that, all right? And the only way we can do it is if we help out and get the salty people to just shut the fuck up, all right? So that's my long ranty tangent about the customer is not right. The customer is rarely right. There needs to be that, we need to rephrase that. The customer can be right, maybe, or might be right, or something like that. So, all right, so that's today's tangent. It's always a long rambling tangent. I'm E.H. Howard, and this has been a few minutes with me, E.H. Howard. If you like this, like and subscribe below. Hopefully it's kind of something that you're interested in or intrigued by. You kind of agree with what I said. If you don't agree with what I said, feel free to leave comments below. You are more than welcome to have your opinion. No one's saying you can't. Follow me on social media. I'm literally E.H. Howard everywhere. like and subscribe below. If you want to find out more about me, find your Betty, the New American Dream, sell the experience, visit ehhoward.com 247. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close. We will also be open on Christmas, probably New Year's, but we do close for Raisin Fest. So all right, other than that, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.